You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, let's talk about continued fallout surrounding the Yukon Huskies national championship win over the South Carolina Gamecocks. Now, Hoops fans today are reacting to a clip that's starting to make the rounds where he is savagely throwing shade, and you can tell he's throwing shade directly at South Carolina, directly at Dawn Staley. Let's be honest. This will live in infamy forever. This will follow this coach around. We all know this is the meltdown, right? The F-bomb tirade meltdown on the side of the court. I'm still baffled as I let this play. I'm still baffled that this is, with time left in the third quarter, down by only 14. You know, I mean, I see this. I'm like, I would think, number one, I think it's unprofessional to do it at any point, right? To let your team see you break down like this, so weak and pathetic. But to do it with that kind of time left in the game is just a real shaking my head kind of moment. This guy right here said Dawn Staley crying when her team is down by 13 with over a quarter to go is one of the softest things I've seen in sports. I guess I shouldn't expect anything less from a race-grifting liberal. I mean, that's keeping as real as it gets right there. This person down here says losing to a straight white man was her worst nightmare. I mean, you know, this is what happens. Dawn Staley went into the business of race grifting and race baiting, and she's going to get real fire when it doesn't go her way now, right? So this leads us over to Geno right here. All right, he's going to say some words during this speech that are aimed directly at other schools, particularly South Carolina. We will check out reaction. Hoops fans are reacting to this everywhere as this is now going viral. And it puts some things in perspective. Look, the two greatest coaches in women's college basketball ever, Pat Summitt, Geno Auriemma. He won a title in 1995. He just won a title in 2005. And there are a bitch ton of titles in between. A bunch of them, right? And how many great players have come out of that school? And he really offers some perspective of what it is to be a champion and then be a repeating multiple-time champion. Listen to this.
And we're downstairs. We're in the patio area, and I looked around and I started counting. And all the former players that was there at one time, sitting in a group like these guys, just hanging out, doing stuff you do after you're celebrating a win. I was watching. I was counting. And by the time I finished counting, let's see, there's Rebecca, she has one, and there's Jamel Elliott, she has one, and there's Jen Rosati, she has one, and there's Sue, she has two, and then there's Jessica Moore, she has three, and then there's Stewie and Tuck, and they have four each. So all the guys that only had one, they had to sit in the back of the bus. Most other places, if you win one national championship, they build a statue to you outside the building. Here, they won't even let you get to the front of the bus. So by the time I finished counting, I had counted, just sitting there, 27 national championships.
27. Now, the funniest part about all this is he said in most other places, they might build a statue to you. Well, it's funny you should say that, Geno. Guys, if you don't know what this is a statue right here, you guessed it, of Dawn Staley. All right, that's a statue of Dawn Staley right there. as you're looking at it. And we can just go back some, right? Let me just hit that. You want to know whose statue this is right here? Right there. Right there. Asia Wilson. All right, she's got her own statue. We know, as you guys know, the other day I made a video about the fact that some Angel Reese fans are calling for him to skip the line. They've got a waiting period at LSU before you can even think about getting a statue. And her fans are banging the drum for them to remove the stipulation, let her skip the line to go get a statue. And people are like, wait a minute now. There's a lot of LSU athletes that deserve a statue ahead of what we're talking about here. But this is hilarious because, I mean, obviously it's a shot, right? Geno flexing about Yukon being the undisputed gold standard in women's basketball is right. I honestly hope he coaches until he can't anymore. What I witnessed watching in the arena in Tampa is that the other three coaches did not know how to run an offense. Wow, wow, wow. Did he just call out South Carolina? Yeah, I think he did. Jaguar Jackson. Oh, man. We got a Jaguar Jackson sighting here. There's Aja's statue. The comment underneath it is the winner for the day. Good thing her name is on it, else no one would know who it was. Look, I can't even get mad at that comment. Seriously. South Carolina built a statue for insecure Asia for winning one title. What should Yukon build for Jefferson, Tuck, and Stewie for winning 4? And look, guys, I don't think college titles are the end-all be-all. But if you're winning multiple ones and you win 3 or 4, I mean, that is a real huge accomplishment. I mean, honestly, but you got Dawn fans out there that are already talking shit back. They just got their asses handed to them by Geno. Now, when Dawn doesn't take the high road next season, I don't want to hear nobody talking crazy. Congrats, Yukon. So let me guess, because he threw a little shade in this speech, she shouldn't walk up and shake his hand next year. Is that where we're going? I could have said something a lot worse than that, but you get what I'm saying. Oh, Yukon's going to get smashed next year. Old man should retire. Just wins a title. Y'all think he should go retire. I mean, that's hilarious. Goated. Yeah. After potty-mouthed poor sport Staley stormed by Geno in the handshake line, Cocky Nation needs a little humble pie. Geno was speaking the, quote, truth with 2 F's. That's good. That's good. I mean, that is funny. It really is. It is funny. It is funny. I had a conversation with someone who did not know he had as many rings as he did. I said this was the equivalent of Yukon being the Lakers or Celtics and SC being the Heat or Warriors. He's the real big dog out there. I imagine at Connecticut, I mean, yeah, I can only imagine how he's revered there. I mean, seriously. Throwing shots for what? Well, honestly, we'll see. Oh, look at this. Slow your roll, Geno. This sounds targeted and can be seen as. Who are you people? I mean, it is funny. It really is funny. I don't understand. Slow your. I mean, who are you talking to? That's hilarious. You think Geno Auriemma gives a rat's that you fans are butthurt? he clowned the shit out of it. I mean, you know, and he put some perspective on it. I mean, they'd have to have a whole field to put their players and give them statues. And he's talking about, look, we got players that's got one that would have to sit at the back of the bus. It all makes sense. It does. But it's funny. Man, South Carolina fans, y'all better watch it because y'all got a little tinge of that old WNBA fandom out there. I noticed that a lot. Not shocked they love that head coach of theirs. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.